These are some of the last known videos of U.S. journalist Austin Taice, shown here for the first time.
I mean, it's clearly a popular revolution, right?
They were shot in the city of Yabrud in Syria in July 2012, shortly before Austin went missing 13 years ago.
It's so moving and peaceful. It's such like an act of community.
10 months after the collapse of the brutal dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad, his dungeons have been emptied. But the ghosts of tens of thousands of his prisoners remain. Among the missing, Austin Taice, journalist, U.S. Marine captain, Georgetown law student, devoted son and brother, and my friend. For me, this is personal. I've come to Syria to find out what really happened to Austin and track down the shadowy figure who knows the answer.
I'm just looking back through all of these emails that Austin and I were sending each other, and I have one from Sunday, August 12th. He was getting ready to cross into Lebanon. I was getting ready to meet him in Beirut. And he says, if I cross when I have plans to, we'll be throwing back those cocktails pretty soon. Of course, plans never really work out here.
I never heard from him again.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Weeks after Austin disappeared, a video surfaced online purporting to show him held by jihadists. Former U.S. officials tell CNN they quickly determined it was a ruse and that Austin was in the custody of the Assad regime. Safwan Bahlul was a general in external intelligence at the time and one of the last people to see Austin alive, summoned in by the man who was holding him.
I was contacted by a four-star general at that time. He was called Bsam al-Hassan. He's very close to the president, and he told me, we have caught an American journalist. We want you to interrogate in a way or meet the guy and see the possibility if he's not a mere journalist, if he's a spy in a way. He told me that he's an ex-Marine officer. He was brave. He was not a shaky character. He wasn't shaky. He was brave enough to face his custody.
Did he ever ask you for help?
If you mean help to be freed, no, not at all. But he told me if I could obtain some things to make his life easy in the cell he was kept there. I told him, like what? He told me, some magazines, journals to read, and, okay, and what else? And he told me soap and towel, and I told him, okay. And after that, I think the next day I was called by another guy in Basam's office. He told me in Arabic, "Sahibna harib," which it means our pal just escaped. They discovered that he used the soap to rub his bare body with the soap to lubricate his body, and he put the towel on broken, shattered glass, which is cemented to the external fence.
We managed to get into the compound where Safwan says he interrogated Austin, at the time under the control of Assad's Republican Guard. It was never a formal prison, the perfect place to hide a high-value captive.
It could be this, look.
Obviously, it's all been refurbished, so it's hard to match the descriptions exactly. But one thing particularly that Safwan talked about was this high window. You can imagine he just spent days and days in here plotting how he was going to escape.
For more than 24 hours, we're told Austin was on the run in the upscale neighborhood of Meza, perhaps hoping to reach the many embassies and United Nations offices in the area. But he didn't get far.
Every security apparatus in Damascus, which they are thousands of operatives, they started search, and he was caught by one of them, and he was redelivered to the National Defense Forces militia, which headed at that time by Bsam al-Hassan.
Al-Hassan brought Safwan in to see Austin one more time.
It wasn't like the previous times I saw him. He was optimistic and energetic.
But he had lost hope.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because I was talking to him and he was not responding. He was, in a way we could say, depressed. And I never saw the guy again.
Did you understand when you left what was going to happen to him?
It's unimaginable even. In my wildest thinking, I wouldn't suspect that he will be, let's say, he will just disappear.
So let me ask you this. Who knows what happened to Austin? Who knows the truth?
Bsam.
Is this him?
Can I see it? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
For years, Bsam al-Hassan stayed in the shadows. Now, CNN has obtained new, never-before-seen images of him. Known in regime circles as Khal, or Uncle, he was a top Assad advisor and founder of the Iran-backed National Defense Forces militia, blamed for brutal massacres. After the fall of the Assad regime, al-Hassan fled quickly to Iran. Then, in April of this year, he showed up in Beirut, Lebanon, and sat down with the FBI for a series of interrogations about Austin. We've been given a tip about where al-Hassan is now hiding out, an upscale apartment complex in a suburb of Beirut. One balcony and one man in particular draws our attention. By the end of a long night of watching, we're convinced it's him. Wearing hidden cameras, producer Sara, Sirghani, and I go to confront him.
Hi, how are you? أنا اسمي كلاريسا وورد. أنا مراسلة بمحطة CNN. My name's Clarissa Ward. I'm a journalist with CNN. Can I ask you a couple of questions? I'm looking for more information about my friend Austin Tai's.
He invites us into the apartment, but he is clearly rattled and asks over and over again how we found him.
I'm not going to tell you how we found out where you are. It's not important.
We've been looking for you for a while.
We know that you've given multiple different stories. Can you just tell me, because he was my friend, is Austin Tai's dead?
طبعا أوستن متوفي. أوستن متوفي.
He tells us he explained to a team from the FBI that President Assad gave him the order to execute Austin, and that the order was carried out by a subordinate.
لا أريد أن أحمي بشار الأسد لأنه تخلى عنه وتركنا ولا أريد أن أحميه. الأمر يتعلق برئيس بشار الأسد فقط.
But you sent him to his death.
لا أريد أن أدخل في أي تفصيل. هذه تفاصيل قلتها للفريق. قلت للفريق أنا تلقيت أمر وأوصلت الأمر فقط.
Can you just tell me one thing? Can you tell me when Austin died?
2012 أكتوبر من 2012 2013 13 ولا
He refuses to give any more information. When he asks to take a photograph of us, we decide to leave. At the door, he talks about Austin's mother, Deborah Taiss. His voice cracks.
أنا مدين لها الاعتذار ومدين لها وضايق جدا عندما أتذكر صدق.
Understood. Fine.
أتمنى أن كل ما حصل يحصل.
It is a gut punch to think that Austin may have been killed 12 years ago.
One thing that he was very emphatic about is that Austin is dead. Austin is dead. And he wants to pass his condolences to Deborah.
CNN has confirmed that Al-Hassan failed the FBI polygraph test. What is less clear is what parts of his story are a lie. In September, a U.S. delegation, including FBI investigators, came to Damascus to search for Austin's remains, based on a location given to them by Al-Hassan. They came away empty-handed. The full truth of what happened to my friend may well never be known, like the fate of countless Syrians.
Everyone was keeping so many secrets.
Well, in a way.
Everyone was lying.
It's all about loyalty and nearly worshipping the commander. The supreme commander, he's president, he's everything. So, lying is widely spread in the X regime, yeah. It's nothing personal. I was doing my job. That's all it is.
Austin may simply be remembered as yet another victim of the endless lies and senseless cruelty of a ruthless regime. Clarissa Ward, CNN.